Good news for a good morning. From Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom, you're watching NewsLink Indiana's Cardinal Sunrise.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Peyton Mucker.
And I'm Jonas Walker. You're waking up with Cardinal Sunrise. We asked and you answered.
Though the weather hasn't quite changed yet, fall is just around the corner.
And there is one clear winner when it comes to our viewers' favorite fall drink.
Apple cider. Apple cider took the crown at 34%, with the pumpkin spice latte trailing in second at 24%.
Hot chocolate nearly missed the PSL and 22% of votes. And finally, in last place, chai with 20%. I really love chai, actually.
I know. I was just about to say, I feel like chai was a little bit underrepresented.
Absolutely.
I swear if they said the pumpkin cream chai from Starbucks, it would have been top.
It's amazing.
Nothing beats
love
it.
pumpkin cream chai.
It is delicious. If you have not tried it, you
gotta
try
it. You gotta try it.
Ball State women's golf is breaking records at an insane pace, but their most recent tournament serves as an opportunity to slow down and remember. NewsLink Indiana's Jake Dickman has more on why these 3 rounds were about more than just golf.
Records are meant to be broken. After all, that's why we keep them, so that when someone usurps a number, we know just how remarkable that achievement is. But what happens when the person you pass has a legacy beyond just a number?
Jasmine Driscoll, Sarah Gallagher, JJ Gregston. This team has no shortage of record breakers. But at the Brittany Kelly Classic, it's not about breaking records. It's about remembering those who set them and keeping their memory alive. Such is the case of Ball State Hall of Fame golfer and invitational namesake Brittany Kelly, who lost her life at just 32 years old to ovarian cancer. So, for the Cardinals, this tournament carries a little extra weight.
And there's a whole nother element to it for us, which is honoring one of our all-time great players who, lost her battle to cancer way too young.
In her time at Ball State, Kelly posted numerous records, including the single-season scoring average, the career scoring average, and the 54-hole tournament score en route to 3 straight MVP awards. And the current Cardinals know that the level of play at this tournament needs to be higher because of it.
For us to come out and compete in a way that honors the way she lived, the way not only she played golf, but the way that she battled cancer, that's really what we're trying to do.
And after a thrilling playoff that spanned 4 holes, Ball State's Sarah Gallagher capped off the emotional day in the best way possible. To honor the legacy of a golfing legend.
Being able to win in a tournament that's named after her, I think is really important, and just be able to honor her legacy. And I think the best way to do that is to win a tournament that is in her honor.
So when these record breakers have their career come to a close, they'll find themselves right next to Brittany Kelly, immortalized in Ball State history.
We've got some that are probably going to go down on that all-time list for us. I think you're right. They are on their way to, cementing their own legacy.
In Yorktown, Jake Dickman, NewsLink, Indiana.
It's some wonderful golf weather out there,
I know, and it's so amazing to see people actually getting out there and being able to absorb in all this nice weather we're having.
Absolutely, definitely.
Well, let's take it over to Elizabeth to see your local weather.
Yes, we are having those nice temperatures, 65 in Indianapolis, 57 in Shelbyville, 59 in Lafayette. Let's take a closer look here in Muncie. 56 degrees in Muncie, 56 in Farmland. Up in Marion, we're seeing 55 degrees and 56 in Anderson, staying at those high to mid 50s all throughout currently. For the next 12 hours, we do see that temperatures start to increase around noon. We're seeing about 84 degrees, but we do see some rainfall coming this weekend that I will be tracking. We have above average heat, and that above average heat is causing those dry conditions while I'll be tracking the burn ban. Stay tuned for more of my full forecast.
Coming up, all the details on Hugh Jackman's campus visit.
And a look at this week's performative mail contest.
You can just keep watching and scrolling, and the world will still feel like it's falling apart. Or you can take action by joining a movement that's creating lasting change instead. Because at World Vision, we believe that no situation is hopeless. Join a movement that's changing the world for good.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Welcome back. In case you missed it, Hugh Jackman was here on Ball State's campus Monday.
On Wednesday, let me just summarize it for you. Men, mustaches, matcha, oh my! Men donning their tote bags and feminist literature took to Frog Baby searching for answers. Just who is the most performative male on Ball State's campus? With a megaphone and a dream, they introduced themselves to the crowd. Many threw feminine hygiene products, while others acted as nonchalant as possible. Out of all the contestants, only one took home the crown. Well, you know, one of the most popular things with performative males are matcha, that little green drink. What are your thoughts?
Matcha, there's glory in it. There's a lot of glory in matcha. Matcha's so good. I promise it is. It's the best thing ever. Aside from chai. I love chai,
yeah,
but matcha was first.
I don't know. To me, they don't even come close. There is nothing they can do to dethrone my chai. But yeah, I've had matcha. It wasn't my favorite.
Matcha's good. I like matcha. Matcha lattes.
We may have to agree to disagree. All right. Well, let's take it over to Noah with our national weather.
Be a very warm day, especially for late September across our region. The radar, though, is very, very quiet as that high pressure across the eastern United States is still in command right here. We have this low pressure system that's beginning to move slowly to the east here towards the Midwest, which is going to spawn off some rain chances and is already showing some rain here from about Omaha up towards Minneapolis this morning. Like I mentioned, we can see that 500 millibar chart, the sandwich, this high pressure between these two cooler lows, and that's bringing this warm weather up into the Midwest, all the way down from the Gulf up here to places like Muncie, Chicago, St. Louis, even out towards Washington, D.C., where it remains very, very warm, 5 to 10 degrees above average. But you see, it begins to move off to the East Coast here by the time we get towards Saturday, which is going to be our first chance for some actual rainfall here in the Midwest. And many places really, truly do need this rainfall because it's been abnormally dry, not only for Indiana, but for many Midwest states across the country. Now, meanwhile, watches and warnings this morning, not a lot happening here. Really dry and nothing happening across the lower 48. The one thing I will note here is these air quality alerts here in certain portions of the Midwest and Mid-South. But while it still feels like summer, starting to see some frost advisories and some freeze warnings here along the U.S.-Canada border. So fall is still there. It may not feel like it, but it is still lurking around the corner here. It's only going to take one pattern shift to get there. And we do need some pattern shifts for that rainfall here. Lots of places across the East Coast here seeing moderate, severe, even pockets of extreme drought in Ohio and West Virginia, especially moving down towards Memphis. That extreme drought that's really prolonged crop season here really has made a very dry fall for many people here, while drought really apparent here, especially extreme and even exceptional drought along I-10 here in portions of Arizona and New Mexico. So it's been very warm, it's been very dry, and we're going to need that actual water vapor in the atmosphere. And it's good because we're finally going to see this here with our 6 to 10 day precip outlook. Above average temperatures here on the west coast and into the south. We start to see those rain chances return back here. Precision cast showing that front moving towards the east across Illinois, Missouri, down into Arkansas. Rain chances that faucet finally turns back on this week and into this weekend. So it feels like we've seen so much dryness, but finally next week, not only are we getting cooler temperatures across most of the eastern U.S., finally some rain, and finally actually feeling like fall, guys. So I'm looking forward to it.
Can't wait for some rain. Definitely can't wait for some rain.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing. It's like I go to class in the morning and I'm freezing. I come home and I'm blazing hot and I'm ready for some cooler temperatures in it to not be so humid out.
I think we're just tired of packing 3 outfits, one for morning, afternoon, and all evening.
For sure. Well, thank you so much, Noah. Coming up, a look at how you can manage your fall allergies.
Because we all like hay rides, but none of us is a fan of the dust.
Is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Let's say this is your head. It's way too easy to let it fill up with the wrong stuff. Anxieties, pressure, worries, school, social life, family problems. You can do nothing and keep it all in. Much better to let it out. Talk to friends, parents, a trusted teacher. A solid first step you can take is visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You'll find proven, practical ideas that can help you get back on track. You only have one head. Look after it.
Welcome back. Nearly 1 in 3 adults and more than 1 in 4 children in the U.S. report having a seasonal allergy.
And experts say climate change may make symptoms last longer and be more severe. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why fall can be a tough time of year for allergy sufferers and how to help manage symptoms.
If you think seasonal allergies only bloom in spring, think again. As the leaves change color, those allergens pollinate and continue to be in the air until the first hard frost.
Fall allergens are still just as intense and can elicit all of the same symptoms.
Dr. Jessica Huey with National Jewish Health says those symptoms can include nasal congestion, runny nose, and itchy, watery eyes. Huey says this season can be one of the toughest times to get those symptoms under control.
Finally, the weather's cooler, so you're going outside, you're doing yard work, you're keeping your windows open in your home. Well, all of these are exposing you to pollens.
To help stop that exposure, Huey says to change clothes after being outdoors. Shower to get pollen off your skin and out of your hair. Keep windows shut as much as possible, especially bedroom windows. Avoid going outside in peak pollen times from late morning to mid-afternoon. Clean the vents in your home and change air filters.
These are all things that not only are great for your home, but can get rid of the different allergens that have kind of accumulated there throughout the year.
And if you're already feeling those fall allergy symptoms, Huey says over-the-counter and prescription nasal sprays can help, as can oral medications like antihistamines.
Just know you have a toolbox and you have strategies to really try to limit the amount of pollen exposures that you have.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Huey says to also keep in mind some fall activities can expose you to allergens. For example, going to the pumpkin patch or going on a hay ride can cause exposure to molds that are found in vegetation, like hay, leaves, or even damp areas.
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling it. I'm sneezing all the time already.
It was swelling up earlier in the week. I was like, no.
All right, we're going to take it over back to Elizabeth for your local weather.
Yes, let's take a look at those current temperatures again. 65 in Indianapolis, Lafayette 59. 56 down in Terre Haute. Let's take a closer look here in Muncie. We're looking at about 56 degrees in Muncie, 57 in Hartford City, 55 in Marion, and 56 in Anderson. Overall, staying at the high to mid 50s all around. For today's high, we are looking at about 90 degrees, so that temperature does rise quite a bit. The conditions are staying sunny all throughout today with winds remaining calm. But as for tonight, we do see that sun start to go away and overcast starts to pull in through our region. 7 p.m. we are seeing 83 degrees. Around 9 p.m. p.m. we do see that those clouds start to roll in with 71 degrees. 11 p.m. those clouds really do start to come in our viewing area. 68 degrees for tonight. And as for the 5-day temperature trend, we do see this temperature start to decrease just a little bit. Sunday and Monday, we do see those temperatures about 78 degrees, and that is when that rain is going to start pulling through our area. 80 on Tuesday and 76 on Wednesday. And this is above average currently, which is bringing us to this drought that we have. We have not had much rain in our viewing area at all. So we are in this moderate zone, or all around Muncie, in Portland, Winchester, we are all in this moderate zone. We have in the northeast, we do have that severe, but we are in this burn ban because of that drought. Here in Delaware County, we are in that drought, or in that burn ban, and also up in Jay County, we are in that burn ban, which really puts restrictions on outside burning, but those outside grillings are still eligible to do. And this isn't in fact until September 30th, but we do have some hope for that drought to kind of move out of our area with some possible weekend rain that we have that I'm tracking. Saturday we have partly sunny, but we do have some rain start to move in. 89 degrees, winds coming from the south-southwest at about 5 miles an hour. On Sunday we do have scattered showers and even possible scattered thunderstorms, and that does drop our temperature quite a bit to about 78 degrees, and those winds coming from the south at about 5 miles an hour. But let's take a look at those clouds moving in. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have clouds coming in tonight around 11 or around 12 a.m. We do see those clouds start to really move in our area, and then we do see that rain come a little bit over by Lafayette. We do see that scattered showers start to come into our area, leaving us with just some spotty chances all around, which leads us to then Sunday, our rainfall. And this does quite bring down our temperatures quite a bit. But again, Friday, today we do have that high of 90 degrees, but our temperature does go down from there. Sunday, we have that 60% chance of rainfall, leaving us with 78 degrees. Again, on Monday, we do have that 60% chance of rainfall once again, leaving us with 78 degrees, and then 80 on Tuesday. And then we do have that rain start to move out of our region on Wednesday with 76 degrees, and on Thursday, we do have 74 degrees, which I'm excited for those fall-like temperatures to kind of come back in our region.
I know, for a period of time there, it seemed like we were finally in fall, and I guess it's true what they say, it's always fall first, but...
You know, fake fall,
fake
fall.
Hopefully this one sticks around.
Definitely.
I'm really hoping so. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Coming up, what we can expect in Ball State's football match against UConn.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
Can you help me?
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
Welcome back to Cardinal Sunrise. I'm Aiden McNally.
And I'm Chris McCullough with sports. Ball State football is back on the road at UConn after their first win of the season against New Hampshire last Saturday. The Cardinals will face a 1-2 Husky squad coming off 2 straight road losses. What can we expect to see in this contest?
Well, if you're Ball State, this is the game that you need to show you've turned things around. Obviously, you dropped those first 2 games to Auburn and Purdue. You get back in the win column last week with a rather uncomfortable win. The reason I say that is an SCS squad. We should probably be beating more than 5 points. A win is still a win, so after that win, I will expect this team to come out gritty, aggressive, more like a go-out-and-earn-it game from Mike Yu and the Cardinals. That's what worked versus New Hampshire. Apply those same principles to this contest. You might be looking at back-to-back wins, which would be huge for momentum heading into MAC play the following week.
Yeah, aggressive is the word of the day for me here, and you know how you do that? You win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. If we can establish the run game with Kyle Kelly, Quay Ashley, and TJ Horton early, that'll be huge for us offensive success. And we're top 5 in the nation currently in sacks with guys like DeJuan Eccles and Nathan Voris, who's actually having a homecoming East Hartford, played there for 2 seasons with the Huskies. That's going to be huge for us if we want to be successful in this game against UConn. We have to be able to win up front consistently with guys like Drew Hughes, Nathan Voorhees, and DeJuan Eccles.
Moving on from Saturday to Sunday football, the NFL season is hitting its stride with multiple quarterbacks turning heads. These are the QBs that have stood out to us so far.
Surprisingly, Daniel Jones on the top of that list. Look, no turnovers for a guy that's prone to turnovers, 5 total touchdowns. The former Duke Blue Devil is making that program look extremely proud right now.
Yeah, he's the main catalyst for why this Colts team has started off so strong with that 2-0 record. He's leading the Colts to the 4th highest scoring offense so far. And hey, for all my fantasy heads out there, he's QB2 in fantasy, so you might have to cook up a trade package for him quite soon.
But don't sleep on Dak Prescott, though. Look, I know the numbers don't look the most impressive on paper, but 360 passing yards last week, along with the touchdown, one of his 2 on the day to George Pickens there, in a big 40-37 overtime win over the New York Giants in division rival. Huge win for Dak and the boys.
Yeah, a 32-year-old with popular injury history looking great. But my next player is going to be Justin Herbert. We haven't seen a whole lot from him since the 2022 campaign where he choked that 27-point lead in the playoffs. But he's starting to implement his legs a little bit more into his game, and he's looking great.
Yeah, he's my early MVP pick. He's been extremely efficient, arguably the best quarterback in the league so far. He's, again, my early MVP pick. Insanely efficient. He's been great. It's been dynamite to watch them. It's been absolute fireworks offensively for the Chargers the first 2 weeks this season. Standout players create standout teams. This goes for all types of sports, but none truer than football, especially with a position as iconic as the quarterback. That being said, these teams have been catching traction from their early season performances.
Yeah, I think we got to start off with mentioning the Green Bay Packers first. Difficult schedule to open up the year, faced 2 teams that made it to the divisional round last playoffs. It was a huge test for them, and they've passed with flying colors. Jordan Love right there, cutting down on his turnover issue this year, which the team has heavily benefited from. And hey, I don't know if you've heard, but they added Micah Parsons, the young star from Dallas. So they have a bright future.
Trust me, I've heard about it, and you know who else has heard about it? Those young pass rushers for the Green Bay. Look, Rashawn Gary and Devontae Wyatt have been the biggest benefactors to the Micah Parsons signing. They've continued to have success on a defense that's already been improved so far this season after finishing top 10 last year all across the board in the rankings.
You just saw that team right there. Yes, that's the Chargers, second on our list. They only won 5 games a couple years ago after that poor campaign. They hired Jim Harbaugh, and they've looked great, turning everything around, going from a 5-win to an 11-win franchise under just 1 year under Harbaugh. They're looking great, starting off 2-0 in the win column for them this season.
Yeah, all I needed to see from the Chargers, that defense has been stout. They make clutch stops whenever they need to. And Harbaugh, again, a proven winner when he was at Michigan, when he was with the Niners previously, and now here in Los Angeles again. Look, the Chargers have been dynamite so far. I don't see a reason why they slow up now.
Yeah, and our last team is going to be right there on the screen, the local love for the Colts, a team nobody expected to be this good. Kind of pointed and laughed at when they named Daniel Jones the starter, but here they are with a 2-0 record. Yes, you read that correctly. Rigoberto Sanchez has not punted the ball this season. Daniel Jones has those boys moving.
Yeah, and it also helps when you have defensive playmakers like you saw on the screen, Cam Bynum, making plays to help get better field positioning for that offense. It's been great to see Daniel Jones and the Colts succeed so far.
Well, it's nice to see a couple local teams currently striving with the aforementioned Colts, as well as the Fever punching their ticket to the WNBA semis last night.
Coming up, see how one extinct bird might be making a comeback.
And NewsLink Indiana's Kendra Heath breaks down the science of burn bans and droughts.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
You crank it and the beat just moves you right down the hallway. Why not? It doesn't hurt anyone. But listening too long and too loud can actually hurt your hearing. Excessive volume in earbuds, stadiums, and at concerts, even loud machinery, can damage hearing in just 15 minutes.
1 in 5 people 12 years and older now has some kind of hearing loss. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked and boogie on.
Welcome back. Meet the latest member of the police force in Albia, Iowa. Officer Bonsai is an honorary police officer, and she just happens to be a tortoise. Another member of the force rescued Bonsai, who was found wandering around in Wisconsin, and that officer is now her workplace caretaker, making sure Bonsai gets plenty of leafy greens and sunny naps. Bonsai is a sulcata tortoise, an endangered species native to the southern edge of the Sahara Desert. And she's become a hometown mascot in Iowa, making friends wherever she goes.
A Texas company says it's a step closer to bringing back the dodo from extinction. The dodo bird has been extinct for about 400 years. Wednesday, Colossal Biosciences announced that it is using genetic engineering to try and create a living, breathing version or copy of the bird. The company says it has the technology to successfully culture specialized cells from Nicobar pigeons, the dodo's closest living relative. They say it will take at least 5 to 7 years for the project to play out. Colossal is also working on bringing back other extinct animals, including woolly mammoths and Tasmanian tigers.
You know, it's really interesting to see how far science has come to the point where we're recreating animals.
Definitely, technology has advanced.
Exactly. Well, speaking about science, let's go break down the science with Kendra.
All this talk about burn bans and droughts, but what really are they? I'm going to break that down for you. Starting with burn bans. Burn bans restrict outdoor burning during dry conditions as we are experiencing right now in Muncie. This protects me, you, crops, wildlife, animals, really because farmers are most hurt during this time, and local authorities actually issue the ban, not the state, which is why we can see different what's prohibited is campfires, bonfires, debris burning, fireworks, and welding. You could check with your local authorities about welding because sometimes that can be waived. And if you were to start a fire, fines will be enforced and penalties, which often will be classified as a misdemeanor, will be enforced. Now moving on to drought, as we can see, Muncie is in a moderate 2 drought, which is caused by really dry conditions as we haven't been seeing rain in our forecast for almost the last week. And November of 2024 was the last drought we saw for Muncie, which has been quite some time. We can see droughts really in the summer and the fall seasons as we are lacking rain, and that's when we see the sun really during these times. This causes harm to crops, wildlife, ecosystems, and air pollution. Mainly farmers are really hurt during this time as this causes them to lose money and crops because of the dry conditions. Some stats, 3.9 million Hoosiers right now are currently experiencing drought conditions, which is almost 60% of the state. And a sign that you can tell for yourself of drought is if you were to go outside and look at a lake or a pond and you see that blue-green algae in the pond, that is a sign that you are in a drought. I'm going to pass it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Kendra. We're going to toss it now for our final local weather.
Thank you. Looking at those summer-like temperatures that we have today with our high being 90 degrees, 89 on Saturday, but we do see that summer-like temperatures start to roll out of our region, and we do get those fall-like temperatures. On Sunday, we do have that 60% chance of rainfall all throughout until Wednesday. We do see that rain, hopefully to give us that relief from that drought that we are seeing. And we do have that those temperatures being 76 on Wednesday, on Thursday 74, and we do see our lows being in those low 60s to high 50s. So I'm really excited to finally see those fall-like temperatures.
I know, it's going to be nice. I'm ready to bring out the sweaters again.
Me too.
Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. That's all for Cardinal Sunrise this Friday morning. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.